Should be recording, back, ready for another class for our free adult online martial art and calisthenic fitness class. We are again in our lovely little outdoor training studio, so it's a decent enough day. It's a little windy, so bear with us for the noise, but it's important to get outdoors and train outdoors. Although what we're doing today, we will tell you how... Spoke too soon. A little too windy maybe. But you guys can do this also outside, inside or outside, with just simulating a couple kettlebells or even just a heavy dumbbell is fine. You can make it work. So also a special shout out to all of our new followers following from Africa, Asia, and now some countries in Latin America. This is getting crazy. We love it. Big shout out to East Africa, where I personally work. Glad to have you with us. Glad to have everybody with us. So let's go ahead and let's get training. So for today's piece, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna start with one of my favorite kind of all body exercises that you can do with a tornado ball. This is a well-known training trick for a lot of folks doing strength and powerlifting and training, or you can build it into calisthenics too, even though it is a weight. And you can just get any kind of a ball, like an empty basketball or something, fill it with sand. Our duct tape is a little worn down here, so probably have to re-duct tape that. It may break today. But you basically just we have a weatherproof outdoor string set up with our duct tape handle. And there's lots of variations of this, but you basically fill the ball, then you put like a net over it, and that is something you can use, and you can just wrap the net around it. We duct tape the heck out of it. There's probably better ways to do it, but it's lasted a couple seasons, so that's good. And you're gonna go ahead and do slams. So slams are cool. It's a good whole body power exercise. If you don't have this or you wanna simulate it indoors, here's one thing you can do. You can take the kettlebell, okay, and you can work on taking a dumbbell or a kettlebell, and you can work on going, and you can just do a slam motion like this, catching with the power of the legs. Make sure you have the legs locked so you don't throw out your back. That's a big deal. So you're taking it by either the dumbbell or the handle of the kettlebell. You're taking it and you're slamming around. And you're using, and the thing is, it's gonna be a little bit more wear and tear on the legs because it's the muscle of the legs stopping the slam, whereas this, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna slam it all the way around and, you know, follow through. So that would be the difference. Just make sure when you do this, you make sure if you simulate this with a weight indoors, that your legs stay locked and that you're tucking the pelvis forward a little bit to protect the lower back. That's really important. You don't want to be doing this like this. That will wreck your lower back. So you gotta have that little pelvic tilt and lock out the legs to do it that way, if that's the variation you want to use. Okay? All right. Let's go ahead. Start with our first set. All right. This is so long that I actually double this up. So I'm just gonna move this guy here. All right. Remember, when you do this, you wanna make sure you look and you turn back. You look where it is, and you turn back so it's all one circular motion. So you don't wanna let that go on its own direction without you following it with your core. That's another great way to either hurt your shoulder or hurt your back, neither of which we want to do. So you're going to go ahead and follow it all the way, locking your eyes on it, all right? Oh, there she goes. And switch. Same stance, switching sides. Whole body. You see, you kind of work yourself into a circle, so you want to make sure that's fine, as long as you keep following it back every time. Now a variation, the helicopters, another well-known training strategy is to make the circles. If you're indoors, you want to simulate with a dumbbell or kettlebell, you can do like this, holding it, the handle, and you can go like this. Make sure when you do it, you're going around, and when you do, you're flexing the core, so everything right here, is staying really, really tight. And I compress and breathe out. And make sure you have that strong breath out and continued contraction here. All right, let's do it. Same thing, this is a little long. I will double up the end of my rope. There we go. Duct tape's getting a little worn itself. We're due for a duct tape. All right, here we go. Take a breath, still gotta go the other way. Same thing, make sure flexed here, right? It's not really an arm exercise as much as it is a core exercise, all right? Okay, same thing, here we go. So I'm gonna switch grip here, other direction, legs planted, flexed all the way down. Feel that. All right. Start striking. Take a few breaths. So we all know the traditional jab cross. Make sure the pulley system, for those just joining us, it's never just jab cross. It is the pulley system, jab cross. You're pulling, push, pull. That's the retraction, right? Like you have something, your rope around a tree. As you pull one way, it comes out. As you pull the other way, it comes out. That's what's going through your brain when you strike. 1, 2. All right? 1, the cross. 2, so the first jab, it's more like a flick. What really matters is the cross. So it's flick, cross, round. 1, 2. 1, 2. But now we're going to go ahead and do something a little different. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. So now go ahead and focus on flick. Just a flick. That's all you need with your fingers. All right? Of course, if this is tournament fighting or something, in an actual competition, you would never do a finger strike. You would get disqualified. You would always just use open palm, right? So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then we'll go ahead and talk about the elbow. So start with legs based, diagonal, shoulder width, resting a little bit more on the rear than the front, hands up high, right? Make sure you're looking right below the eye line. When you go head, 1, and then you're gonna go head, knee, and then you're gonna do elbow. Okay, so from here, flick, cross, knee, elbow. Flick, cross, knee, elbow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Start thinking of your jab and cross as 1. It will improve your fighting humongously, okay? And begin. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. As the knee goes forward, elbow comes over. So you're in a closed stance the entire time. 1, 2, 3. Shouldn't even be able to see my face if I'm doing it well. All right? And again. Switch. 1, so flick, cross, 2, 3. From here, flick, cross. Make sure, for newer students, twist the waist, squish the bug. Make sure you snap on the cross. Flick, cross, 2, 3. Flick, cross, 2, 3. All right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And again, 1, 2, 3. High guard, always high guard. All right, let's go ahead. See if we can keep this on camera here. You can get in a modified horse stance. With a small dumbbell, you can do this. Or if you have Indian club heads, that would be the best. All right. Wrist circles. If you're losing the grip, choke up on it. Look up at the sky, circles. Switch. Not easy. Again, you're not circling like this. You're circling with the wrist, right? That's what makes it so hard. Little circles. Keep going. Whew. All right. Back to slams. All right, guys. So either with tornado ball or the substitute we showed. Let's go. Make sure you contract and exhale out as we slam down. helicopters. Same thing. Contracting all here. Here we go. Choke up. If you have to choke up on the grip, choke up. Take a couple breaths. Gotta go the other way. What we do one way, we must do the other. All right, base out. It's windy. All right. Oh, these are lovely. So, just the way the lead hand, instead of your traditional jab, can be a flick to get your cross off faster, right? So instead of 1, 2, it's 1. Make sense? But actually, you can do a lot more than a lead flick. You can go ahead and change this to a rake. So all you're gonna do is use that lead hand. Again, never in competition or tournaments, you'll get kicked out. You would not do that. It's not sportsmanship. But in real life, self-defense, you can go from jab to just a rake. If your hands and fingers are developed, and if you do our program, they will be, you can do a rake. And so what happens is the rake does two things. First is obviously a rake, right? A strike. But you can also use that. See, even if somebody has their hands up, when you go like this and they have their hands up, you're pulling down their guard with the rake. Make sense? We call that grip and rip in contact training, right? Like that. So that's the magic of that. Like that. So it's going to be rake, rear roundhouse. All right. So we have a lot of cars going by today, and we have the wind. Rake to rear roundhouse, and then lead roundhouse. So it looks like this. Rake, rear, lead. Rake, rear, one motion. Watch my body. Right, so the other person's hands are up, their guard is up. You're gonna rake, rear, and then you're gonna rake, lead. Rake, rear, rake, lead. Make sense? So here he is. Rake, rake. Rake, strike, rake, strike. A circle to a circle. Circle to a circle. Because you're changing direction. Right? Watch. I come this way, but then I come that way. Okay? So rake, rear, rake, lead. Let's do it. And go. Watch what I do. That hand always comes back. That's your face mask, right? That's your face mask. Strike, face mask. strike, face mask. If the other one's not striking, it is face masking. Strong, not weak, because you'll get knocked out right through your hand. Needs to be strong, right? With good form. All right, other side. Rake, rake. Roundhouse, roundhouse. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. Also, look at the distance we're covering. Watch the footwork. Even from standing, practice neutral, right? Because you don't walk around like this all day, right? So you're just standing in line. One more. Good. All right. That's your striking portion. One last training piece. From push-up position, we can go ahead, hold push-ups, and we can go ahead and work on trying to go ahead and go up and snatch up. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do this a little bit slowly. I'm going to come up, got my hand under. I'm going to palm it. We'll see if we can do this. It's a little tougher with a kettlebell, so do the best you can, but you're essentially coming up and then pressing up. Whew. Okay, be careful with this one. So pull up, hook, press. There is a variation to wrap your hand under and palm it. I'm not going for that today, but if you can do it, leave a video or comment or show me somebody who can, because I've seen it done, I know it can be done. But not by me, not today. Pull up. Press. Pull up. Press. Pull up. Press. Make sure I almost overextended on one. Try not to overextend, right? Try to stay straight up, not overextend. All right, enjoy that training. Work on especially that rake to round. It's very effective. All right, guys, see you next time.